This is one-on-one session with the Forum IAS founder and director Ayush Sinha. In this session, students are asked questions to test their preparedness for the personality test. One-on-one sessions are not mock panel sessions.
May I come in, sir?
Please come in.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Have a seat.
Thank you, sir. Sir.
Sanket,
Yes, sir.
what did you have for breakfast today, Sanket?
Sir, nothing so far. I have not taken the breakfast yet.
Why did you not have your breakfast? How will you get your energy from?
Actually, last night itself, I have taken a good meal. Since morning, I'm busy. Actually, I'm outside only. That's why I'm not.
When is the date of your interview?
9th May, sir.
9th May. Sanket, can you introduce yourself to me?
Sir. Sir, myself Sanket Kumar. I am from Darbhanga, Bihar. I have done my matriculation from Kendriya Vidyalaya, Darbhanga only. Then my intermediate from Woodbine Modern School, Darbhanga again. After that, through AIEEE, I got into NIT Patna in a mechanical stream and I graduated in 2016. After that, I got selected in ISRO as a scientist SC. I worked there for 1 year. Meanwhile, I also get selected in engineering services. And currently, I'm allocated to Indian Railways. And in Indian Railways, I'm working as assistant workshop manager in carriage repair workshop, Harnaut, Bihar. And my hobbies are traveling, solo bike riding, and swimming. And I also play sports like badminton and table tennis, sir.
You're a man of many skills, Sanket. So,
Sir.
Harnaut, railways, Harnaut has been always associated with the railways. What all things of railways do we have in Harnaut?
Sir, it's the workshop that is in the Harnaut, the carriage repair workshop where the maintenance of the both type of passenger coaches, be it LHB or ICF, is done there, sir.
Which is superior? Can you tell me the full form of both of them?
Sir, LHB is a Link Hoffman Bush and ICF is, sorry sir, I forgot the full form of ICF. And the basic difference between both is about...
Link Hoffman Bush. How did this name come?
It's the name has been derived, it's the Spanish word, sir. And sorry sir, I'm not aware on this part, sir.
But as an engineer, I will expect you to be curious about things around you, isn't it?
Sure, sir.
ICF Integrated Coach Factory is there, you know?
Yes, sir. That is the production unit in Chennai, sir.
So ICF is the same full form as Integrated Coach Factory itself? ICF?
No, sir. There is a slight difference actually. That's why.
Okay.
I will go and read, sir. Actually, I read. I just forgot in that moment only, sir.
So tell me, which is superior? What is the difference?
Sir, definitely LHB is better than ICF. It's because of the coupling arrangements. The coupling is the one that joined the two coaches. Then also in the bogie design. Bogie is the lower frame upon which the coach is placed. So in the bogie, there has been design modification from the ICF that in ICF there is only one damper that absorbs the vibration in only one direction. But in LHB, it absorbs the vibration in all directions, be it lateral, be it horizontal, be it vertical. So that's why it offers better comfortability and very high rideability index.
Sanket, if I'm traveling in a train and I want to boast to the passengers around that I know which coach is it, how do I find out what coach am I traveling in?
Sir, by just looking at the bogie, you can differentiate which one is ICF and which one is LHB. Because bogie design for both the coaches are different. So just by
tell me how can I make it out?
Sir, it's if in a LHB, bogie is designed more in a V-shaped, and in ICF, it is more a rectangular frame shaped design, sir. So it can easily be distinguishable. And also from the coupling, one can distinguish. As in ICF, there's a screw coupling. While in LHB, it's a CTRB coupling, sir.
Now, I am not an engineer. I just told you I'm a layman. I want to boast to the passengers that by looking at the train, I can tell the make of the bogie. So I have never seen a V-shaped bogie yet. Tell me some other way how I can clearly identify whether it is which type of bogie I'm traveling in.
Sir, it's the basic difference is from the bogie shape only because
But I
coach
have
is.
always seen rectangular only bogies. I've
So
never seen a.
that is the shape of the main frame of the bogie, sir. It's not if you remove the wheels, then it
But
will
I
have a
cannot
shape of
remove the outer body, right? I have to tell.
that.
Tell me, think there is a way to identify the two types of coaches. Think again and tell me
Okay,
how
sir.
I can immediately identify Link Hoffman versus
I see.
the integrated coach factory bogies. Is there any stamp somewhere?
Stamps are there, but that does not create the technical difference, sir. I will go and check, sir. I will go and study, sir. Actually, I'm not able to
Rajdhanis
recall it.
and Tejas, are they having LHF or are they having?
Sir, they are LHB, sir. Tejas and Rajdhani both have LHB rakes, sir.
Where is the V shape? I have never seen them.
Sir, it's the design of the bogie. That's lower frame, sir. Meet the coach.
You studied in NIT Patna, but most of the candidates, engineering candidates that we are interviewing, they have gone to Bangalore and Pune to study. What is the reason that people from Bihar are migrating to the south for studies?
Sir, the prominent reason is the lack of colleges in Bihar. The total number of colleges available in Bihar is very less in compared to the other state, and also lack of employment opportunity. Even though you get education in any college of the Bihar, you will not get a good job. So these are the two basic factors that any candidate is looking for while pursuing for a graduate or undergraduate or postgraduate degrees. So definitely, what happens in Mumbai and Bangalore, that there are many industries and IT sectors are already established there. So placement chances are very high, and also the infrastructure of the colleges is relatively very better in those areas. That's why we have seen the migrant issue of the children and students in this case, sir.
Darbhanga, what is Darbhanga famous for?
Sir, Darbhanga is also known as a cultural capital of the Bihar. It is famous for its Mithila culture, sir. And other things are basically three keywords are being associated with the Darbhanga. That is Pan, Pokhar, and Makhan. So these are the three unique traits of the Darbhanga, sir.
What is makhan? You mean makhana, right?
Makhana, sir.
What is it made of? Which part of the plant is it made of? Does it come from?
Sir, it is basically derived from the seed part, seed and root. I'm not exactly sure about this, but it's.
You are from Darbhanga. You said that it is famous for makhana, and
Sir.
asking you which part of the plant it is coming
Sir, it's
from.
the seed, sir. It's the seed.
Or is it the root?
So it's a seed. Basically, there's a one small seed from which it is.
In what sort
extracted.
of environment does this plant grow? It grows on dry land or it goes on wetland? Where does it?
It's a wetland in a water body. This grows in a water, sir. So it's related to eutrophication also. It can be attributed to eutrophication phenomena, sir.
Because of nitrogenous content, runoff water, this excess nitrogen content in the water is there. Therefore, this plant grows.
Yes, sir. Because of excess nutrient in the water, simply, sir.
All right. So, what is the reason that Bihar is having such a good resource like makhana and it is not popular as so popular as a snack?
Sir, basically, in order to make something famous, we need a proper supply chain. We need an organized system. Whatever the cultivation of makhana done in the Bihar, it's totally unorganized, done by a few small farmers. So, if we can make it organized, if we set up some food processing clusters in and around Darbhanga, and we establish a proper supply chain, we focus on a brand building of these makhana products, then it will definitely become famous. So these part have been lagging so far, sir.
Which mission of ISRO would you say has been the most successful?
So Mars orbiter mission, sir.
Mars orbiter
Mission.
mission, according to you. What was the name of the mission?
Mangalyaan. It was popularly known as a Mangalyaan mission.
And which is the biggest failure? Which mission of ISRO was a big failure?
So I will say the failures were in 1980s period when our PSLV launch vehicles were not able to take off the satellites to the space because of certain technical issues. So I considered that would be the major failure, but that also showed us the way and provided us the opportunity to learn from our mistakes, and then we became successful in launching the PSLVs, and now today we are known as the workhorse of the PSLV, sir.
So, PSLVs, we have been very successful, right?
Sir,
We have been even commercializing it. We have been charging countries money,
Sir.
and we have been sending their satellite. Why then there is a need for GSLV?
sir, it's basically the payload capacity that PSLV offers. The PSLV has a payload of only up to 2000 kg that it can transfer up to the lower Earth orbit or the geosynchronous transfer orbit. While in case of GSLV, we can transfer more than 2000 kg of payload to even geosynchronous transfer orbit, and in case of low Earth orbit, we can transfer more than 5000 kg, sir. So it's just the payload difference.
Why
That's
we are
what
so concerned with the cryogenic engine?
So cryogenic engine is used in the upper stage of the GSLV, and cryogenic engine has a certain advantages over other type of engines. Like it offers high degree of a thrust and better combustion properties, and the energy transfer is also very high. And along with it, it can store the fuel like the liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen fuel in a very small space. So with a very small space, you can propel or you can have a desired
What
thrust.
was the problem earlier before the cryogenic? What was the problem? What problem was it solving? It's not more energy. You can have more fuel. Then
sir.
what is the advantage? Why did we go for cryogenics?
It's basically the thrust to weight ratio will be that in the less weight itself it can produce that much of thrust, because in the outer space every gram and every kg of the weight matters there. So if there is any chance to save any kg of the weight, then definitely we should go for it.
Tell me, what is the reason behind backwardness of Bihar as a state?
Sir, uh, there are few historical pre-independence factor as well. Sir, permanent settlement policy that was very much centered around the Bihar, and then the impact of the British legacy was also very much prominent in Bihar. After independence, we have seen freight equalization policy that deterred industrial development in the region.
No, you
After
cannot
that-
blame that old policy. After that, that was the initial thrust.
Yes,
After
sir.
that, so many states progressed.
Yes, sir.
And
Sir.
even now, Jharkhand is also picking up. All
Sir.
states are picking up. What
Sir.
is freight equalization is an old excuse, an old story. Tell me,
Yes,
what
sir.
are the real reasons?
Sir, other reason is even from 1960 to 1990, we have seen there are too many there was too much of political turmoil in the Bihar.
Tell me, after 1990, what happened?
Sir,
Anyway, inequality in the country at individual level has only increased after 1990s.
yes, sir.
Before 1990, even if you have money, you will not be able to have a TV. Even if I don't have money, both of us are equal, right? No question of telephone.
Sir, actually, what happened in 1990 when the liberalization of the economy occurred? So during that time, the states which having the pre-advantages were benefited more, but the Bihar did not have that advantages, so it suffered after that. And also there was a law and order issues, and then we have seen rampant casteization of the politics and politicization of the caste having too much influence on the Bihar. And then parallelly, the rise of education sector did not happen, and definitely the Bihar is also geographically. There
Why?
are
But
certain
what about
constraints.
governance? Was there governance deficit in Bihar? You have not mentioned about that.
Yes, sir, definitely governance deficit. That politicization of caste and casteization of the politics is what I intended to say, sir. So governance deficit is because of those factors, sir.
Now, in Karnataka also you have casteization of politics and politicization of caste.
Sir,
But that immediately does not lead to the collapse of local law and order.
sir.
है ना? So that is why I see it differently, governance
Okay,
deficit.
Okay, definitely, sir. I will go and read, sir.
Sanket, what have you learned in NIT Patna that will help you in administration?
Sir, in NIT Patna, in the college specific, sir, by engaging in a various event and organizing them, I learned how to deal with the people and how to get your work done. That is the most challenging in any administration, that you have to get your work done. In college, I participated in a Sai Collegiate Club where we had to do the projects and we had to get sponsors. So in that way, we had to travel outside and to get the sponsor. And there were many challenges that we solved. Even while engaging in the sports, I learned how to stay fit and how to focus on the mental strength parallelly. And definitely the curriculum and academics part is what I gained from my college, sir.
Why civil services, Sanket?
Sir, it's the challenges that this job offer. Every day you go to office, you will have a different set of challenges from what it was. In fact, I believe there is challenges and problems keeps on changing every minute while you are in the office, and you have to think and you have to apply totally different dimensions every time. So this leads to significant enhancement of your mental strength, and also you will get to meet with the people, different people every day, and you get to learn about them, you get to learn about how society functions. So these are the things which incentivize and inspire me for civil service, sir.
All right, Sanket, your interview is over.
Thank you, sir.